Hello, welcome. I'm Hannah, and I'm so happy that you tuned in today because I'm really excited for the start of a new journey. And no, I'm not being dramatic. I don't know why you would say that. I've been talking about doing this like pretty much since I started my channel in the iteration that it's in now, where I've just been wanting to separate all of my shadows by color so that I can compare them and see what I have that's overlap and really kind of like get my collection under control. Because for a while it's just felt like I have so many shadows, I don't even know what I have, I can't get good use out of anything, and I want to put an end to that. So in today's video, I'm just separating all of my magnetic single shadows into the color family that they're in, and then after this I'll start going through my colors color by color and swatching them all out, and then we'll just kind of be able to compare a little bit and declutter what I don't like or don't need, and I'm just really excited for this. So we're going to switch over to my hands and get a good look at all my single shadows. Okay, so I don't really know how this is gonna go. I don't know if I'm gonna have things to say the whole time, if there's gonna be a lot of kind of like speed throughs, but knowing me, it'll probably be a mixture of those two things. I also don't really have a game plan because I don't want to like take everything out and have everything on my bed. I have a large cat who definitely at some point during this is going to get up, and I'm gonna be in her path of destruction, and I'm gonna have to try to like hide my precious shadows quickly. Hi, Zora, 1 second. Yeah, let's just start kind of reorganizing and maybe just, you know, we might just have to go over things a bunch of times. We might just like move a couple things here, a couple things there, and see how it goes. Also, the colors are very subjective, and there's some things that like I don't know if I'm gonna put peaches in their own category or put them with pinks or put them with oranges. Actually, let me start with one that I have room in. And we're also definitely gonna be like moving things around a lot. Okay, let's start right here. I just have my colored rain shadows, and I can start putting blacks and purples in here, maybe. Oh, this is my February palette that I'm deconstructing today. So that's a little sad, but it's time. Maybe I'll start putting blues in here too, because it's not like I have that many black eyeshadows. I'm thinking also with these Jeffree Star ones, I don't really like that the pans look so Jeffree Star-ish. And I'm kind of thinking that I might, after this process and after I see like how many I'm keeping, I might consider repotting. I've never been interested in repotting because I just feel like it must change the consistency of them in some way, or the texture of them. I just like don't believe that like the way that they're pressed by the company has nothing to do with it, you know? But I think it would be an interesting experiment. I know I'll be decluttering definitely some of them, so I can like keep a couple around just to like play with and like experiment with, and yeah, that's an interesting thought. And then they would just be like nice round pans. I'm gonna move this blush out of here. This is no place for a blush to be. Start putting my black eyeshadows in here. Why did I not think this would be so hard? This is going to be like the ultimate game of Tetris, just like trying to like figure out which color family I have like the right amount of for like the different palettes and such. What have I gotten myself into? I'm like looking at this, I'm like, what color are any of these? Oh my god. I'm really happy I'm doing this though, because like I just started and I'm looking at these purples. And like I love purples. Purples might be the eyeshadows that excite me the most. But like what am I doing with these? What am I doing with my 2 eyeballs and already all these purple eyeshadows? I also haven't really thought about what I'm going to do with all my shadows that have like shifts. I might just have to like, I don't know, make an executive decision somewhere and stick them somewhere, but like if I have a shadow that's like 2 colors, where does it go? You know, I saw on Instagram the other day someone use Cygnus from Divina and they described it as a hot pink. And I was thinking in my head that it's like a burgundy, but like looking at it right now, it looks so pink. So I'm gonna stick with the pinks right now. I'm already 7 minutes into this clip. Oh my god. This is gonna take me the rest of my life. And the purples have officially outgrown their home already. Oh no. I feel like I don't have that many yellows, and maybe I could try sticking my yellows in here. Okay, I'm gonna put like my pinky burgundy ones towards the corner. One's like glass bowl. I have no idea where to put this. I'm gonna stick with my purples for now. Just because also I'm looking at koala hugs from Menagerie. And it's like the same kind of spiel, slightly purple. I think I do already have so many greens in this, like, I call it my ColourPop palette, but it's so much more than ColourPop now. But in my ColourPop palette, I have so many greens already. So I'm gonna stick with that. I think the results of this is like where we're gonna be like super getting down to business with my collection. Because how can I swatch even like all of these greens already? How can I swatch all those greens already and feel like I need them all in my collection? I just don't see it happening. Oh no, I already stuck my finger in one. Oh, and I think this is Rosé from Luxie. Yeah, this is one of my newer Luxie ones, which I'm super excited about. I mean, like, it's fine, but I need to really get through this with 0 casualties. It's important. And I think these ones that are kind of just like hanging out loose are the biggest risk right now. I don't want to look back at this and be like, oh yeah, that was that was the day I wrecked all of my eyeshadows. You know what I should be doing? I mean, maybe it's too late, but I feel like I should just be like warm, cool, neutral. And then once it's in those categories, I can just like further divide from there. Maybe I'll kind of start doing that going forward. Like, alright, the Cosmos from Terra Moons. This is like every color. Looking at it, it looks so blue that I feel like I'm gonna stick it with blues for now. But like, I would not call that a blue. It also looks really pink right now. I scared myself. Look at all those pretty warm tones in there. Cool. Okay, and this is nice too that there's like more room to play in this ColourPop palette already. I'm just gonna make this my neutrals because I think that's going to be a lot and we're gonna have to break that down a lot. I think also for now, I'm gonna stick like my more iridescent ones. If they like don't really have a shift, I'll put them with the neutrals. And if they do have a shift, I'll put them with the color that they shift to. Maybe I'll leave grays down there. I feel like I probably will end up sticking those with the blacks. I don't even know where that palette went, but okay, this palette we haven't touched yet. And like this, is this a neutral or an orange? This is Tigress from Colored Rain. I don't have the answer. I mean, alright, now looking at it, I'm like, maybe it's bronze. It's like a really orangey bronze. But I'm just gonna stick it there for now. And I'm just gonna stick my blues in here for now, the ones that I have scattered about. The Cosmos is like, what the hell am I doing in here? I'm forgetting also, I got one of those little magnetic tools where you can like pull things out using a magnet. I'm kind of scared of it because it's like meant for mechanics, I think. I finally figured out where people find them and it's like it's like a mechanic supply. And that scares me that it's like gonna be way stronger than my eyeshadows and I'm gonna like put the magnet on top of the eyeshadow and it's gonna like yoink it out so quick that it's gonna make it crush into the eyeshadow. I did do like one little test and that didn't happen, but that doesn't mean that I'm not scared of it happening. Okay, I'm gonna put more purples into this palette. Eventually also I'll separate like and just kind of put the ones that look similar together, because that's the whole point of this. So if I do have like the same color in multiple smaller palettes, I could have like a matte in one and a shimmer in the other, or like lavender versus like a more rich purple. By the way, Meadow by Sydney Grace is like a color that I think about so much. I feel like I've used it like once or never. I might have only ever swatched it in the video I did about Sydney Grace. I'm not sure. But I think about it a lot. I want to smear it all over my lid, and I'm so excited by the fact that I own it, and I just want to use it. Okay, these greens are gonna have to come out of here, because I need more neutral space. And this blush, what is this blush doing here? I might stick the greens in this palette for now and put the neutrals in there. Oh, that's all the greens I have pulled already, except for 2 of them. Oh, wow, interesting palette. I feel like with greens, I see other people use greens and like have green palettes that have all these different kind of like variations of green. And I kind of hate different greens together, you know? Like just like greens with different bases. That's what I mean. I don't know. Maybe I'm picky about my greens. Actually, I know I'm picky about my greens. Okay, back to this little yellow palette. Okay, so far my yellow and black palette is working out, but I'm going to move the blacks as I know I have at least one more. So I'm just going to put them in the corner of my neutral palette for now. And actually I'll move these dark grays there too. These Adept shades are hard to wrap my head around because a lot of the colors are like not just one color. I'm going to pull out a couple pinks and the reds too, a couple warm tones. Actually, it makes it way easier when I think of this in terms of warm tone and cool tone. And then hopefully after I pull out some of these warm tones, next time I open this up, it won't look as overwhelming. Only a couple purples. All right. So they're mostly out of here now. Good work, me. Okay, let's go back to what we were working with in this one. And these warm tones need a place to go. Okay, that was starting to be like a blue and green kind of thing. And like this, is this neutral or is this orange? I'll go neutral for right now. Okay, what do we have here? All right, this is kind of a yellow. Okay, warm tone and cool tone, warm tone and cool tone, and neutral. What do you guys think about the fact that Menagerie's changing over to circle pans? I'm kind of torn on it because, like, I get it, and, like, I feel like the square pans are annoying. I know Hannah Louise Poston has said that she likes that it looks like a tiled floor, and I get that, but just practically, it's so much more difficult when I try to, like, get eyeshadows out or move things out. Like, that Adept palette, I open that, and I'm just like, crap, like, this is going to be a while. I'm gonna stick my thumb in a couple of these. So I think it's much easier, but I do like the uniqueness of Menagerie having these like square pans, and I like that they're these like square pans with the rounded edges. I'm also nervous from like a selfish standpoint that they're gonna start to feel kind of old to me. You know, like, I don't know. Sometimes like when I have a, I hate buying limited edition for this reason. I feel like once something's like discontinued, it feels really old. And maybe that's kind of my fear, but I'm trying to grow out of that because I think that's just like really consumerist of me to be concerned about such a thing. All right, we're getting somewhere. We're making progress. It's starting to feel like it's coming along. So let's do a quick recap of how it's looking so far. So I have greens and blues in here. And then the other side of that, I have mostly pinks, but just other kind of assorted warm tones. It would be nice if maybe this whole thing was the same tone. In here, I have a bunch of greens. In here, I have a bunch of purples. Here's my mega neutral palette. Wow, and so much of it looks so similar. I have some kind of pink warmy ones loose here that need a home. In here I have warm tones. Here I have blues. In here I have yellows. And I think these other ones are the ones that haven't really been changed yet. Oh no, that was the blue one. Yeah, this is still kind of my random adept palette. I'm just gonna take those 5 out. Okay, perfect. That one's ready. This is a couple Shine by SD shades and the Shroud Cosmetics Creepy Cute palette depotted for the most part. So I'm just gonna pull those out. Maybe this could even be like my gray palette. Oh, that's really stuck on there. These I might have to repot also. The ones that I keep from this Shroud palette. Repot. Did I say depot? I don't know what I said. This is the purples. I don't know if I just showed that to you or not. And then this, my Luxie palette, I don't even know if I've opened it yet. Yeah, we haven't even opened this one yet. Okay. Oh, and also we have this palette with the remaining Cleona and Give Me Glow Shadows. And I'm just realizing I don't have my palette with JD Glow Shadows over here. Let me look for that. Sneaky, sneaky palette, but we got her. No need to worry, everyone. Yeah, and these smaller palettes too, I could even use for like a particular subcategory of neutrals. It might just take some engineering to get these all in the right place. Okay, so I'm gonna open my purples here, and then I think I also had a lot of room in the blues. Actually, I can stick some of these away. I was thinking when I painted this polish, this is from Color Club, this like particular pink nail. Does it remind you of Macaroon from JD Glow? It's not really focusing well, but I think you can still tell. Okay, actually there isn't room in this blue palette. I'm sure it can be rearranged better, but like I'm not gonna worry about that now. So I'm not gonna keep that open while I go through these Luxie ones. Maybe I'll keep this one open and I'll just start putting in there whatever I feel like needs it the most. Actually, I feel like I'm doing a million things at once. I'm gonna go to this neutral palette first. I was thinking about taking out a subcategory, but that sounds difficult. You know, I think I'm just gonna feel it out with these Luxie shadows and just go where they lead me. Blue or purple? Oh no, I think my cat's coming. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Hi, baby. 1 second, sweet girl. Hi, Zora, 1 second. Hey, baby. Hi. It's just, no, please don't step there. I knew this was gonna happen. We will resume post-cat. Okay, I'm sure the angle changed a little bit, but let's try to get the show back on the road. I don't even know what I put where when the monster came. Okay, you know what I'm just gonna start doing? I want to just put like my warm tones together. I want to get that a little bit more under control. So maybe I'll do that in this Luxie palette and just try to get other things out of the way. I feel like this angle's not as good. Okay, I'm just gonna try to stick oranges here. And then maybe I'll try to put my reds next to it. I do want to make sure to keep my like mauvey reds, my like purpley reds separate from these like burgundies, because I think of them very differently. But I'm going to keep these nearby to make sure also. This one's an interesting shade because it's like kind of bronzy, kind of pinky, kind of reddy. It's Pack Leader from Menagerie. I'm going to put it with the reds though. Maybe I can stick those kind of like mauvey, deeper purpley reddish colors up here. Actually, I know I'm not going to be able to because at least one of them is a Give Me Glow. Let me try it though. Okay, definitely not, but this is a start. This is a little check-in on my yellow palette. I have two that I just decluttered because I got really sick of yellows. And I'm kind of can't believe this is all the yellows that I have in single shadow form. But I like it. This is Hottie from Shine by SD, and I just stabbed my finger in it, I think earlier today. And like, it's fine, but I'm sad about it. So many peachy shades that I don't know what to do with. I might end up having to move these like mauves up here. Oh no, I stabbed that one too. I'm working on like a little hot pink corner here also. Right now I'm feeling like I'm on an impossible task. This is my second to largest palette, and I think I want to try to make it my purple palette. I don't know if that's pointless, but I feel like I could further organize these more in smaller palettes. And I'm going to try to fill up this palette with like gold or bronze shimmers. And now I'm wondering if this purple move is a bad idea if I can't even fill it up, but it's possible that I can once I find some more. It's funny doing this because my shadows, I'm pretty sure I've had them in brand order for like at least 1.5 years, and it's just been so long that even moving them around feels like they're away from home. Like it feels like they're not where they're supposed to be. And I think I've really kind of been like missing out on an aspect of playing with my single shadows and seeing them in new combinations. I mean, I've done that like on a small scale. I've made a single palette, but just reorganizing everything, it just makes them feel so fresh. At the same time, I've kind of reached my breaking point of staring at shadows, and it's not perfect now, but it's separated enough that like when I feel inspired, I could organize it a little better. And yeah, we'll get there. And it's tough because like there are no right answers. I'm just kind of doing my best here, but I'm excited about it. So let me show you how it looks right now. This is my purple palette. I think I kind of feel the same way about purples like I do about greens, that like the different tones altogether doesn't necessarily appeal to me, but there's like individual shadows in here that I know I'm obsessed with. And I'm excited to know that I love everything in this palette because I love purples and I want to get the most out of my purple collection. Let's get this one out of the way too. The yellows. Pretty concise, pretty happy with that. This is my teals. I wanted to put together all the shadows that like aren't quite blue, aren't quite green. There's also like the mints in here and kind of like these like grayish, tealish colors. And I like the look of this palette way more than I would have guessed I would. So that's cool. I also have Party Monster in here, which isn't really like a true teal, but it does fit in pretty well. And then for blues, these I definitely can organize a little better. But I have mostly like some of the deeper ones in here, and then I have some of the more purple leaning blues on the side, some of these more kind of steel blues down here. I might end up being able to make, oh, there I am. I might end up being able to make this whole palette like the light blues maybe, but I'm happy that they're all in 2 places. In here, I have all of my greens. So we actually have some extra room. So these might not stay here, but it'll make it really easy to separate my greens by the more like yellowy ones, by the deeper ones. So that'll be good. This palette is a bunch of light pinks. Same for this palette. I think I have like a little bit more saturation in here, but these definitely have to get sorted a little bit better. I also have a lot of these kind of like light pink transition colors that I don't know if I want to add with my transition colors or leave them here, but as long as the most similar ones are together, that's all that matters. And then here I have kind of the more specific warm colors. This side looks really nice. I have my oranges, reds, and kind of like peaches in there too. And then over here, we have some of the more rich pinks. I have like hot pinks here. And I realize I do have a bunch of different variations of hot pinks. So that's interesting. And these are more of kind of like the steel pinks. And this is that kind of family of like purpley, reddy, deepening pinks. Okay, so the neutral spot that's the most concise right now, I put a lot of transition shades in here. I still have to organize this because we definitely have some more cool tone ones, some more peachy ones that I don't know if should be with peaches or not, but this is pretty much the transition shades here. In here, I stuck a bunch of shimmery, goldy bronzes. This looks like a fall dream, but I know they can be way more organized than this. I kind of just like stuck the first ones I saw in here. So it's a start, but that's all it is. In here, I have some kind of like leftover neutrals. Definitely need to be sorted better, but I love the tones of these more like peachy browns with these like cool tone shimmers. Oof. I feel like my perfect neutral palette is kind of similar to this. And then this is the big neutral kahuna. I think maybe, because like some of these iridescent shades, I might end up separating all the iridescent shades, because some of them I don't know well enough to separate them with the color that they flip to. So maybe one of those smaller palettes, I'll just put all of the iridescent shades in. I'm not sure. I definitely can group the darker browns together. I have like the blacks down here. Oh, out of frame. The blacks are down here. And then some grays around it. I need to put my silvers with that too. But that's pretty much my collection color organized. And now with it color organized, I'll be able to go by color and swatch them out, compare, see what I have too much of, and make sure I love all the shadows that I have. That's everything for today. I hope that was fun to watch. If you are here for the single shadow content, I really hope that you give me a like and subscribe, because we have so many videos on the way of playing with all my single shadows. Definitely a little bit more in depth than we were today, because today we kind of looked at all of them as an overview, and then in the future we'll be breaking them up maybe like 30 or 50 at a time and just trying them all out. So I really hope you stick around. I really hope you like this. Thank you so much for being here today, and that's everything. Bye.